They really should be pointed the other way when they recovered them.
Yeah,
That
I
makes
mean, it doesn't cost anything for you to turn them around
well.
the
If
other
I
way.
was
So,
if I was to charge with them, I would have to, the way they are right at the moment. They'd have to be go into the hex in front of them, which would be down. That's why I'm saying that. I don't know if they are going to, but that would be yes, they're eligible for that. Those were recovered. I don't think anybody they just took the marker off that and said okay, and didn't put any thought into that. So
yeah, yeah, that's kind of par for the course. So, all right. Well, we will see what's going on here. So, yeah, I mean, if you want to go ahead and turn it around now, go ahead and do that.
yeah, that's
Just be careful you don't charge Napoleon off with them. That's what happened at when they were playtesting Austerlitz at Tempe. Ed Wimble um, had Napoleon stacked with a bunch of dragoons or something to like get them to recover, and then he ended up having another leader like on top of the stack or this or that, whatever else, and so he completely lost track of where Napoleon was.
Napoleon was, and
Uh,
he
and so
went
then,
barreling
yeah, and
across
so
the
then
field.
Napoleon goes charging off with a bunch of dragoons, and then he's looking around. Well, where's Napoleon? And then he realizes he's with that stack, and then everybody else realizes Napoleon is just with a stack of exhausted dragoons. And so those guys moved every single unit they possibly could to surround the hex where Napoleon was, and then force the surrender. So a less than satisfying ending to Austerlitz. Um, but Robert and I have had a few occasions where Napoleon's gotten killed playing the game, kind of a thing where we are. I think the last time that happened, we were it was like we were playing Alau, and Napoleon had stacked with something to recover it or whatever else, and then the Moscow Grenadiers rolled up and proceeded to blow him away with their musketry. So we learned, he, yeah, you can put a lot of people out in the front line, but you don't want to put Napoleon in the front line. So, but yeah, I had been thinking to mess around with making some additions or uh, kind of just playing around with the back end of the modules for uh, like one of the La Bataille modules, just to kind of see how easy it is to do some edits or to change things around. But I haven't had time to do that either. So,
So for the Consum World thing, are you going to stay at the event hotel or
Albert's offered to put me up, so I'll
oh
probably be staying with him. And but I know Jim and Dennis are going to be staying at the hotel, and then Albert was saying he was going to try to host a party on Saturday night over at his house. Um, so I expect that we will play. You know, I think Jim is flying in on Thursday, so they might be able to set up the game on Thursday night. At least get most of the stuff kind of on the board in some way, shape, or form, and then we'll try to do our best to play all day on Friday and as much of it as we can on Saturday. And then I'm not sure when those guys are planning on leaving. Um, And right now, it looks like we'll have possibly two games going. So there'll be, basically two games play tested. Um, but they're still waiting to hear back. There's a couple of guys who'd said that they were interested, but they're not sure if they're going to make it or not. So,
Right, because I was thinking of staying at the Hilton Garden, which is easy walking distance to the thing, and it saves you about 35, $40 a night.
mm, well, that
Uh,
makes a difference. I thought you were going to stay with your son.
no, he's not. He doesn't live there. He went moved back to Stewart.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that necessarily wouldn't work. So yeah, staying there would be good. Are you looking for a roommate then?
Not necessarily. No, I wasn't thinking of that, but I don't mind saving a few bucks there. So,
There you go. Yeah.
and as I said, it looks like it's literally you walk around underneath the whatever it's 75 there is, and it's like a half a block away or whatever. So
Yeah,
looks
no,
like
it looks and from what Albert was telling me, or I think Jim too, he'd gone out there when they had it there. I don't know what a couple of years ago. He said there was like a nice kind of shopping center mall type of a thing um, out there where you can go and you know dine and stuff like that. So that kind of makes it nice when we're taking a break from the game. There's places to go to get something to eat. So,
yeah, it looks like there's a lot of stuff right around there too. So yeah.
hmm so all right. Well, I
Fish
think
City Grill. Yeah, it looks like a whole shopping area there. Market Street, DoorDash, the Rio Italian Grill, P.F. Chang's. Yeah,
yeah, some good stuff. So I'm looking forward to it. I've got to get my airline tickets. Um, so I just
well,
have to figure out where I want to fly out. I don't know
mhm.
where are you. You're North Carolina or South Carolina?
Carolina. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'd be flying out of Greenville, Spartanburg. So
Okay. Yeah. So here in Southern California, we've got a whole boatload of potential airports to fly out of. So I'm just like, okay, where's got the better deal out of Orange County, out of Ontario, out of LA. So, um, and then more importantly, the schedule. I look at some of these things, and the flight has they fly you to Pittsburgh, and then they fly you to Dallas, or they fly you the middle of nowhere, and then they fly you to Dallas. It's like, oh, it's a 10-hour flight because you've got a layover in some little hobunk town somewhere.
yeah,
So,
well, flying out of Greenville here, it's either you go to Charlotte or you go to Atlanta, and then you go to
mm,
wherever you're going.
right, yeah, yeah.
So, but actually, I haven't started checking, but I realized that Asheville in North Carolina airport is almost the same distance away. So it's a little bit further. And actually, once we get our move to our new house, it'll be about the same either way. So we'll have a couple of them. So I may even just check to see what I can find and possibly anything to save money, right?
Yeah, well, all of those things start to add up pretty quickly. So,
More money for games.
yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's the
yeah,
only thing. Get too many of them, and you're not going to have any room in your luggage.
Hey, how
I,
you guys doing?
Hey, Robert, how
I
are
was
you?
gonna say, I thought I heard him sneak in. So
Yep,
Good.
yep.
I'm
He
sneaky.
he's very sneaky that way.
Sorry
So
about being late.
that's
no
okay.
problem.
I had
Yeah.
mentioned that I'd sent you an updated um, melee matrix. The one that's with the module is about at least 4, maybe 5 years old. So
I downloaded it. Yeah,
okay,
I
cool,
got
cool.
it.
Yeah, everything else is the same. All the results are the same. Combat results look like they're the same. It's just the melee matrix explanation stuff didn't square with the rules. So when I mentioned it to Jim when I saw him last Tuesday, he's like, "Oh yeah, no, they updated the matrix." I think he said Bautzen was when they updated it. Yeah, I think Bautzen, possibly Wagram. I don't have a copy handy, but definitely Bautzen and the Berlin game have the updated matrix. So that's what's up with that. Well, we are at the 240 turn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
And
Quick questions on cavalry charges if there's 2 units in a hex.
yes,
Can they each charge independently, or do they have to go together?
they don't have to go together. You could have one go and the other stays, or they both go, or they both go separately.
Go-
I don't know
go
that there's
separate
anything
targets.
that forces you to go, but there's no way that you can
I
combine
know if they
them
go
unless they all go together, kind of a thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
So
That's what I thought, but I just wanted to make sure.
yeah. All right.
All right.
Well, are you gentlemen ready to go?
Do you want to meet?
Sure.
Okay, I'll see you in French HQ then.
Okay.
Okay. All right, all my happy little viewers out there, while they are discussing strategy, let's take a look and see what's going on. So it's the 240 turn, and if we kind of zoom out here a little bit, we'll see here's the bridge down here at the south where the French reinforcements are coming in from La Beau Island. They just got some heavy cavalry. It looks like it's a brigade or a division of heavy cavalry coming up the pike. Over to the east is Essling. Right now there's not really been any combat over there because there's not really any troops over there. Austrians have got a bunch of cavalry that's come here into the center, including all of their heavy cavalry reserve and a bunch of their light cavalry. And all of these little ones here that are marked with this yellow marker, this is either French or Austrian cavalry that engaged in combat during the Austrian phase and is exhausted as a result of that. So they're marked as Austrian exhausted as opposed to French exhausted. Meanwhile, coming down the road from Kagan is an entire column of Austrian units. And so they've got these huge regiments with 25, 30 increments marching down the road, a bunch of artillery and whatnot. So in general, that's the reinforcements that's going to start coming here and kind of uncamping here in front of the in front of Aspern. The French have got here by Aspern, they've got 2 divisions. One's kind of in the town and one's a little bit outside here around the town, kind of guarding the approaches to the town. The Austrians have their avant-garde along here and are bringing down more reinforcements to start to threaten Aspern from the west, while these newer troops that are marching on will start to threaten Aspern from the north and possibly from the east if we can get around through this French heavy cavalry that's over here. Haven't had too much. We've had a few charges. We've had some incidental artillery exchanges and a little bit of combat. But for the most part, I haven't really tried assaulting the town yet. So that is something that might be developing here in the next turn or so, depending on our ability to get into or get close enough to start attacking. That's kind of it. So the game we are playing with the Premier rules. And, let's see, Muzzle Paint. Thank you, Muzzle Paint. I'm glad that you are enjoying these games. I know sometimes they can go a little slow. I added a picture of me. So even though there might not be anything happening on the map, at least you can see me moving around and my reactions to when the dice come up really good or really bad, which tends to happen more often than not. Let's see, what else? Well, that's about it. So using the Premier rules, we had an issue last game where we had the module has an older melee chart that's got the melee matrix, which is something that is part of the thing here for Premier rules, which is kind of nice. It basically explains to you under these circumstances, if this is the type of unit in whichever order, good order, disordered, etc., and then what the result is, how then it's got a reference to how it's supposed to react. So this is actually something that's not part of like the old Premier rules that I'm aware of. This is something that they've developed when they started kind of coming back out with the game. And it's really nice in that it does provide a nice reference for everybody. You don't have to go flipping through the book to see, okay, what happens with this. You can just go down, okay, it's number 4, and you read number 4, and then you do it. So that's a nice time saver. And so that's something with Marshall Enterprises Premier Rules that is there. But you just have to make sure that you have the one that's more recent. Now, if you have one of these older games, so Aspern-Essling was printed, probably 5 years or more, 6 years ago, possibly. It's going to have, with the CD, because it came with a CD that had the rules on it, it's going to have the old or what we would consider outdated rules, Premier rules, and outdated melee matrix with it. You can still play the game fine. They play tested the game with it. They've just made adjustments and changes over the course of the last 6 years or more based on feedback they've received from various playtesters, including myself, and also then from doing the different playtesting at the conventions and conferences. So that's kind of a nice thing where they are making updates to the rules as they get feedback or they see where things might not have worked perfectly before. So even though it's an older game system, the Premier rules, as if you've been watching this particular set of games compared to the ones we did when we were doing, say, Dresden, you'll notice that the turns tend to go a lot faster, and that's because we don't really have the command control issues. We don't have the chit pull mechanism. Some of those other things that are part of the 5th edition rules, some of those different things that are part of the Marie Louis rules or the Regs 30 rules. With this one, it's much more of a very much sort of pared down, and it works really well for team play and for group play, because it tends to work pretty well. There's not a lot of people sitting around waiting for their turn to go. When you draw, or when it's the Allies' turn, the Allies do their thing. When it's the French turn, the French do their thing, and you're only limited by the time. And so what's interesting is I have only had the chance to play some of these team events when I've gone to conferences, and they are super fun, but you have the potential for disaster when you're moving your units in your corps, and the guy who's next to you has his corps, and he's moving his stuff, and he doesn't pay attention, or you're not paying attention, and next thing you know, your corps have moved apart, and there's a nice gap in between them. And you're like, what happened? And then you get a charge, or you get something that goes, terribly wrong there. So it does have the potential for people making mistakes, not unlike what happened in real life, where, you know, because of errors in communication or weather or whatever else, people are getting separated from each other and then presenting opportunities for the enemy to punish them. So that's kind of a fun dynamic that you have to keep your eyes on. But yeah, so I would say I think the premier rules are probably the best for fastest playing, and for team type of stuff. And then if you are trying to teach somebody the rules, the premier rules, I've taught folks the premier rules, and usually within, maybe a half hour, kind of covering the basics of the rules, you can kind of get started with the game. I found that some of the other rule sets, because they've got extra elements involved, they tend to be a little longer time period to educate somebody on how it works. So premier rules are a good rule set to get people started on, and so that's what I've usually done when I've got some new people that I'm trying to indoctrinate into the game. All right, let's see what excitement we have here. They still chatting. Oh my goodness. Well, this should be exciting, or not. They will probably do 5,000 charges to get their revenge on me, or more likely to get their revenge on Albert. And so we'll just have to see how that all goes. All right. Okay. Well, if anybody has any questions, I did get a second monitor a while ago. So if you want to type something in the chat, you're welcome to do so. I take a look at it from time to time so I can answer any questions you have. Let's see here, and hopefully my colleagues will join me again here. Are you guys micromanaging every single thing, or
Yep.
Come on?
We're reviewing the rules. We're on page 5, so.
Oh my gosh. Well, we'll be here a while then, I guess. You just send me a text message to wake me up. I'll come and join in the play.
Yeah. I'm just reviewing.
All right. Well, and what else can we talk about? Well, we can talk about Discord. So this is the Bataille Discord server. with this, we've got a number of different lobbies. We've got some text lobbies that have got spots here where you can put in questions about different rules. We've also got places where you can look for a game, either a live game or a play-by-email game. What else have we got? We've got some stuff here about tournaments, sign-ups, after-action reports, announcements, etc. And then we have voice channels, and these are the ones that that we use when we're playing these virtual games across Vassal. So we've got a lobby channel, we've got a French headquarters channel, a coalition headquarters channel, and then game room 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So we use the lobbies, and what's nice about this, if you've been in a Zoom call, and who hasn't at this stage, a lot of times you can go into a separate breakout room, but you have to be sent there by the administrator. With Discord, you can just say, okay, I'm going down to this particular lobby or this particular channel, voice channel, and then you and whoever that's on your team can go down there and then chat with each other. And then as soon as you're done, you can come back up to another channel, and so you can move around and chat. So it gives the players themselves the opportunity. And so when we did our 6-player Battle of Moscow, that's what we did. And what we would also do then was, usually we had players that were sitting, what would have been, if we were actually sitting at a table, would have been sitting opposite each other. So if you have the Russian left wing, you've got the French right wing player facing each other, center and center, and then left for the French, right for the Russians. And then we could actually kind of go into our separate spaces, so nobody had to hear. We weren't all talking over the top of each other as we said, okay, I'm moving this, or I'm attacking this, or I'm firing there, and we're doing our die rolls and all that jazz. So that's kind of a nice thing with Discord. It gives you the opportunity to break into different groups. And I would say if you're going to be playing on Vassal, Discord is a great way, and the La Bataille series Discord channel is available for anybody who wants to join it. And we've got David and Robert back. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
I'm just vamping over here so people don't fall asleep watching the video. There's only so much.
Right. I keep forgetting you record this.
I do. This is how Albert and
Not
everybody
just
else
recorded. It's live, right?
It's live. Yeah, it's live. So I know that's secretly what you guys do when Albert and I are chatting, discussing stuff. You're tuning in to our conversations, so that way you've got intelligence.
Thanks for giving me that idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Well, who was it? Was it Foch? Was in charge of the French secret police or something? He's mostly spying on his fellow Frenchmen, though, right? So I'm sure there's somebody who's spying on all of everybody else. So, all right, have you guys figured out what you're going to do?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, well, go ahead and it would be your charge phase. So if you're going to do any charges, go ahead, mark your charges.
All right. So, yeah, I'm gonna do 3 charges here.
3 charges.
Where's the? Whoops. There's the charge marker. Control G. Handy. Yeah, okay.
All right. Exciting stuff. Which one do you want to do first?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 1 Well, let's do this one first.
Okay.
So we'll go 1, 2, 3. So I can only, since that's heavy, I can only do one, right? So I have to go forward one more before I can
Correct.
turn again.
Mm-hmm.
4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and that's do I have to tell who yeah, I have to tell who the
So
object
when
of
you
my
come
chart.
within 2 of my unit, you either have to say yes, that's the target, or no, that's not the target.
Right. So yes, that's the target.
Okay.
And there. So I don't know how we.
So you just pick that guy up now and just park him over there. Okay, what's next?
We'll try it. We'll do the next one here. So this guy here. So he has to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Object of charge 13.
Okay.
And last but not least, so he is 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. 7. All right. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's the object of the charge.
Oh, so he's just adding in.
He's just adding.
Okay.
That's my charges.
Okay, that's exciting. Let me see if I want to do any reaction charges. 1, 2, 3. No, he's out of range. Well, I can try to reaction charge with this guy against that guy. So let's see if I can make my roll. 33. I'm pretty sure he's good enough. Yeah, he's good enough. So he'll move forward there. So All right.
So, movement, huh?
Yep, so now it's time for you guys to move. So I will do my best to watch everybody.
Actually, you know what, Dave? Looking at the rules, he can retreat before combat with his cavalry.
Who can?
You can.
No, I can't. If you look under the rules for exhausted
Oh,
cavalry,
yeah.
it
I was
specifically
looking for that.
says that
Where is
exhausted
that?
cavalry may not retreat before combat against fresh cavalry.
Oh,
So,
I missed that.
yeah.
Alrighty. I was looking at the other rule, part of the rules. Okay. All right. I'll start moving down south. Oh,
I
Dave, you
moved
already
Napoleon.
you just had to touch Napoleon, did you?
Yes, I did.
Oh my God. Ah, okay.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Okay.
11, 12, 13.
2. So I'm just expending regular movement. So did you want an opportunity charge?
No, but you can't move any further once you're in my zone of influence. So,
Okay. All right. And
All right, let's see.
actually, wait. Let me do it this way. Okay, I'll move these guys one forward first.
okay.
You want an opportunity charge there.
Let me see. It's 10 to 5. It's 2 to 1. We have some
If you
slight.
charge, then I can reaction charge, right?
Nope. You
Why
could
not?
add into the melee, but you can't. You can't reaction.
Oh, I can add into the melee? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. You could move your cavalry up and then add into the melee during the melee phase. So
That sounds good. Okay.
yeah. Yeah, I will. I'll opportunity charge you. Why not? Okay, so I do. So now you have to make a morale check. Let me just look it up here real quick.
What happened to it?
Okay, so you make a morale check. You make a morale check for those infantry that I'm charging, that I'm opportunity charging. So those guys.
Is there any modifiers?
I don't think there's any modifiers since I'm light cavalry and the odds there's no. It's 2 to 1, so there's no pluses or minuses.
No. Okay. So we have our leader there adds in 1.
Okay.
Did I roll? So here we go.
36. So they pass. Okay. So let's go ahead and get a little marker. Okay.
1, 2. So we'll move that there.
Mm-hmm.
What's it to limber? Or okay, I can move one hex with.
Yeah, you can always prolong if it's clear terrain.
Okay. What's the limber?
Um,
One,
for the
it'd be
French,
French
give me a
foot.
second.
French au pied.
French, is it foot or
Foot.
foot? So foot batteries, you need a 4, 5, or a 6.
4, 5, or 6. Okay. So we got a 5. That will,
So a
nope, that's a
3.
3.
Yeah, so that's not going to do it.
You've got to, I'm going to move this cavalry here. You get a shot as they move away, right?
Yeah, so it's 5 to 6 with a +2. 61 +2. That's going to be at least one hit. So the top unit, your little 511 dragoons, take a hit. And then just roll for a morale check. All right.
So we can't be in Trilly or in Woods, right? They have to be in general order in Woods.
So
Morale
you
checks
can.
good.
I can't remember what.
Yeah, morale check's good.
Last.
So if you can be in skirmish in the woods, if you have the ability to be a skirmisher. If you don't have the ability to be a skirmisher, then you're just going to be in general order in the woods.
Oh. All right. So I got 5 increments there. I can get 3 there. 2. Left there. Those guys are still there. Oh, I'm gonna you get a shot at me here. A big shot. The 6-7.
Which one?
6-7. This one that I'm spinning.
Okay. And what are you planning on doing with him?
I'm gonna change formation to line.
Okay. So I've got 12 plus 12, 24, and you were in column, so it's a 4 to 1. Yeah. 34 at 4 to 1 is going to be a single hit.
There goes another one.
And that's what their
third.
Second hit?
No, their third.
Third hit, okay.
Okay. You can only fire out of the hex with 3 anyways, right? Or is it 4?
You can fire out with 4 if you're in line, and only 3 if you're in if you are in skirmish.
So I have retreated. And
do, 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 do. Any other excitement?
oh, I'm trying to. That's 3. we'll move these guys. Now, if I'm in skirmish, do I have to occupy more than one hex? Or
If you're in skirmish, if you have 4 or more increments in your battalion, then yes, you have to be deployed in 2 hexes.
how do I do that?
How do you deploy in 2 hexes?
Well, there's only one hex there. Otherwise, I'd have to slide them sideways. No, I'll leave it. No.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's it. I think I'm done. Yeah. Dave, you done?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Oh, did you move the heavy cavalry up from the
Yes. Yes, I
Okay.
did.
bottom? Okay, that's good. We'll probably need them. Did Dennis tell you there's the order of battle is wrong on this game and the French have more
The
staff
French have
right
got what is it?
The
Renault
Guards
tanks.
mentioned
Renault
them.
tanks are coming in. Yeah.
That's
Just
okay.
with
That's okay.
Vickers machine guns mounted on their turrets.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Just put Vickers on the horses.
Yes. Well, it's what is that? Age of Empires 3. They had that. I don't know what they had. Oh, they had like an Indian elephant unit with like a cannon mounted on it. I always thought that was a hoot.
Well, they did that.
They did. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. They actually, when they it was Akbar. He was a Mughal emperor, and he got good at that, and he put guns on top. And what they would do is they'd have the elephant after it was born. They would raise it next to a firing range.
I also got used to the noise of
Yeah.
combat.
So then they could stay. Yeah, and they put guns on camels too.
Oh yeah, I saw those. They have those units depicted in the game as well, which is a hoot. So
Yeah,
okay.
those are real things.
All right. Well,
Okay.
are you guys done with your movement?
I think so.
Okay. Well, we've got some defensive fire down here in the environs of Aspern. So we've got, we'll do this one here. So it's going to be 24 to 9, which is going to be, what do we have? 2.5 to 1, right? Yeah, 2.5 to 1. So let's roll the dice, see what we get. A 52 at 2.5 to 1 is a single hit on these poor sods. So they need to make a morale check. Oh wait, they were supposed to make a morale check on when they took their 3rd hit, Robert.
Are they odd? I thought they were. Oh, they're odd.
Yeah,
aren't they?
they're odd starting on the 3rd hit. So make a morale check, see if they would have passed.
No.
15, probably not.
So now they have to retreat. So they won't have
They
an
would,
extra cost.
yeah.
Oops.
They got to go back 3. 1, 2, 3. I like that. That's getting better. They just cease to exist.
Okay, so they have to go back 3, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So the easiest path would be 1, 2, 3, and then they would displace one further back.
And these guys would have to make a morale check.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you wouldn't. I mean, you could go this way, 1, 2, 3 that way, and go over the guns.
Guns have better morale, 15.
Yeah. So this
Better to
way,
do that.
yeah.
Okay, I'll roll for the guns there.
Yeah, since you've got to go over somebody
I
anyway.
rolled 15, so I'm kind of confident that. Oh, okay, that's
All right. So they passed with a 32. So now just park those guys there, put a disorder marker on them, and you're off to the races. Okay.
Well,
All right.
figured all that out pretty easily.
Yeah, exciting stuff. Let's see here. All right, then I've got a shot here on you there. So I'm going to have, I think I've got 9. Yeah, I've got 9 to your 12. So let's roll the dice. Nope, that's a miss. And then here I think I've got, these guys are probably worth 5. Yeah, I've got 5 to 12 here. And that's a miss. Okay, that's it for my defensive fire. It's time for you to do your shooting.
Okay, so from down here, I've got 3 increments. Times 3 is 9. And you're in the woods, which is 12?
12, yep. So you've got, actually you have, yeah, so it's...
9 to 12.
Yep.
And then I'll use the other ones to shoot maybe at half.
Well, they can't because the woods are here.
Oh, right. We decided
Right,
that.
yeah.
Can I get out some whiteout?
Virtual. Yeah, go ahead. Put it on your screen, Robert.
No, I have it specially.
Special vassal whiteout. Okay, go ahead. Roll your dice.
Eraser.
See what you get.
No.
Nah, that's nothing.
Okay. Well, these guys, would they be blocked from shooting at those
Yep,
guys?
yep. So the woods are blocking it. So but
So
this guy can fire 9 to 12 there.
Yeah, we'll fire that one.
Nope.
No, not even close. And then these guys can fire. They probably have 8.
It's probably a 1-to-1. They probably have like 6 or 7. Maybe they have 8. Nope,
Oh, there's
6. So it's just a 1-to-1 with a +1.
One to one with +1.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Nope.
Then this artillery can fire at these guys.
Which artillery?
2.
Oh, this little one here? Okay. So you're at 12 to 9?
Yeah. 12 to 9.
Nope.
No, that's...
All right, what's next?
These guys
Would
these guys don't have a line of sight to. They have a line of sight.
They got a line of sight to the guys way out there. Yeah.
That's it, though.
Yep.
Oh, that's medium range. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's long range.
Yeah.
So it's 9 to 6. No, what's
I'm in battalion mass, so my fire defense is 5. So it's 9 to 5. So it's 1.5 to 1.
Okay.
42. That's going to be a
hit. That's just a hit.
Yep. You just barely squeaked it. I had to double check it. Was it really on? So let's see. That is an increment loss, and let me check. I gotta try to remember what because I'm playing Albarera with Jim. And it's like I got people checking every time there's a whiff of gunpowder near them. And
well, the rules here have like a lot of different.
Yeah. This one's not any better. So line infantry check on every odd increment. Hungarians check on evens. Jaegers check on even. Cavalry, okay. Freikorps, every increment loss. Yeah, we got the Spanish mobs there at. Okay, so let me roll for this chap.
What are those?
They are Austrian line, so they check on every odd.
Okay, they're still...
So they passed.
Good, use up those high rolls.
Yeah, but that's like the Spanish mobs at Albarera. They check anytime they're fired upon.
No matter if they're hit or not.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if they're hit or not. They are going to run away. So
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you were playing a different game system than Alberta.
No. I do have that other Alberera game that I've got, but then Jim and I are we set up because he doesn't have the stuff yet to play test the Marshall Enterprise game. So I'm like,
Mhm.
well, here, have you ever played this one? He's like, no. I'm like, let's give it a try. So we're having fun with it. It's it's one of the you and I played it. I don't know how many times. It's one
A
of the
million
more
times.
fun one in the series that we've played. Mostly because we have fun killing the Spanish mobs. So, all right, have you got anything else to shoot?
Yeah, I got these guys. They can shoot at this height.
I don't think they can because we've got this.
No,
If
yeah,
you're
that
drawing
doesn't
a
block.
yeah.
That doesn't block sight though.
No, but the I'm at a lower elevation, and this is
Uh,
at the same elevation, so I'm kind of in this blind area
then I'll go
behind
after
it.
that.
Yeah, you could shoot at those guys.
That's a range of 4, so that's medium range. That's 19,
19 to 9, so 2 to 1.
9, 2 to 1. Do I have the leader there now? I have the leader back here. Oh, I forgot to add in the leader for this one. He would have added a couple more. Well, it wouldn't have made a difference.
Yeah.
Okay. So 19.
53, that's going to be a hit on my
You need
brave
to-
Hungarians.
You need to separate those two leaders, and one on each one, so that if you do go different targets, you get
Yeah,
plus.
I forgot about that. I thought I had moved one over there,
Hmm.
but that's okay. I'll do it next
Hmm.
What's this guy? Where is this guy? Oh, yeah. I thought he was with the other stack. Okay. All right.
All right, is that it?
Did you have to make a morale check for that guy, or?
He's Hungarian.
Oh, they're an even.
Yeah. So the guys with the blue pants are Hungarians, and the guys with the white pants are Austrian.
The red stripe represents the goulash they have.
Yes, the paprika goulash.
Yeah.
All right, you've got some combat. So,
Yes.
do you want to do your combat here against my cavalry? Down here, down in the
Sure.
deep south?
Sure. Well, we
Okay.
do that one then first.
So, all right. Do, 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 do. So what all have you got?
Hold on. I got it.
Crunch the numbers.
So 2.6 times 5 equals, so 13. So 13 plus, I forgot what this one is.
13 plus 23, so you've got 36, and I've got 31. So you're at the 1-to-1. But you've got a leader there who might add something in.
Good. That's in 2.
He adds in 2. So 1-to-1 with a +2.
All right. On the new chart, right? Oh, no, this is just the matrix. This
Yeah,
doesn't
it's
have-
only the matrix that's different. The
Okay.
chart itself is the same. So 45 plus 2 is going to be a 51. That's 1 and 1. If I'm looking at this correctly.
One. Yeah, 1 and 1.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
It was very exciting. It's a good thing he was there. Otherwise, if it was just a 45, it would have been a 1 and 1, and you would have had to make a morale check. So
Is there anything else we have to do or nothing?
You're going to mark your cavalry as being tired, and I will mark my cavalry as being exhausted. And we need to make a note that they are exhausted in the French phase.
I could have the infantry take the loss, or the cavalry, or what? My choice.
Well, it should be the infantry, since those are the ones I charge. But you can probably take it on any of them. Whoops! What happened? Yeah.
Dave.
Yep. And now we've got. All right, so which one do you want to do, Dave?
I guess we'll start with this guy right here.
Okay. Well, that should be easy for me to calculate. 56, okay. All right, what have you got, Dave? I've got 18.6.
I have 107. And are they okay? So those are,
That's kind of overkill.
now, are they doubled?
Is who doubled?
The heavies.
Well, they're up against the light cavalry, so I'm presuming they would be. Is that what you came up with normally?
Yeah, that's normal.
So it's heavies against light.
So it's 214 then.
Yeah. So you've got a choice, and I did this when I meleeed Robert's skirmisher, but if you choose to retain a level of readiness, you could use just 1/3, in which case then your unit would only be tired at the end of this combat instead of exhausted.
That might be.
Yeah. So if you've got, you've got 2, so times 2 equals this, divided by 3. So you would have 71 if you did it with both units.
You have 18.6?
I've got 18.6, yeah.
So that
max out on the chart, I think.
So you might elect to keep one of them ready and then use the other one fully. So he'd be, all of his factors, and then the other one's just thirded. So it's kind of up to you how you want to calculate all that and figure it out.
I'd do both of them because that would still give me a 3.5 to 1.
Okay. So 3.5 to 1, and you've got a leader there who adds in something, I presume.
Yeah, and
he adds in 3, it looks like. So 3.5 to 1 with a plus 3. So we're looking for 11s and 12s.
No, we're not. All right.
53 plus 3 is going to be a 56. That is, at 3.5 to 1, a DD. And using our new updated melee matrix chart, a DD against a good cavalry unit in good order is going to be number 13. Defender routes, retreats, and hexes, losing an enemy a increment for every zone of influence exited. So, what shall we do here? So we could go. You got a guy there. So I think the Best bet. 1, 2. Yeah, I could go here. That's 1. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to lose 2 increments for my troubles.
Yeah, too.
And where is my handy dandy unit marker? Routed. Okay. All right.
Now, he would have lost 3
Why?
because you would have lost 1 here for leaving that hex, 1 for leaving that hex, and 1 for leaving that hex because he's still in the zone of.
Oh, okay. You're right.
He would have, yeah.
Well, yeah, so I lose 1 there for going there. And then, yep, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, 3.
Okay. All right, what is next?
Well, we only got 1 left here, so let's do that one. Now, how did we do this one?
So, this one is going to be a bit of a mess. So what I'll do is, in order to keep things sane, you keep your factor as you normally would. This guy since he's hitting you in the flank, he's not going to have the issue of you being doubled against him. And in fact, he's going to be doubled against you, hitting you in the flank. This guy is going to have you being doubled against him. So I will just have him again. So he'll be 1/3 and then half of that. And so you just keep this at what it is, and then we'll calculate it. So.
All right. He's at 50.
Okay. And so this guy's at 54 doubled. So you're at the 1 to 2 chart. I don't even need to bother calculating this other guy.
Okay. 1 to 2. Jeez.
1 to 2.
55.
55. That's a good roll. So that's a 0 and 1. So you lose nothing, and I lose 1. And everybody is exhausted. And this guy's got to. Well, he's already exhausted. And he's already got a hit. I'll give him another hit for good measure. Okay, and then we need to put French flags on everybody. All right. Okay, so you've got some
Yeah, we got.
resolving to do. Why is this here and there's not a unit underneath it? Oh, that was the guy who my guy, I think, right?
Oh, yeah, that was your guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't want to delete somebody's unit by mistake there. Okay. Oh, no, actually, that wasn't. My guy's up here.
No,
no. He was the one who was there that ran away.
Right.
Okay. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is what happens when you don't have a counter tray sitting handy. Just pick it up and drop it in there.
Sure.
All right, so you guys have some recovery to do.
All right.
So you've got the guy who's routed with Napoleon, and then you've got, I think, this chap here that is disordered, and that's about it for the moment.
For the moment. Okay, well, I'll roll for this guy. I'm a -3.
31 minus 3, that's going to be a 25.
Can't read that.
He's a 26, so he's going to rout.
Yeah, he's out of there.
And he's got to move 10.
Did this guy have hit?
He'd actually, he'd actually be worse.
he's
He'd have a
50%.
-9. Yeah, he's 50% dead as well.
He's 50% dead too. So yeah.
7 though, right? Why would he move 10?
Because that's what the rules are. I'm pretty sure. Let me just double check. In Premier, your routed units run away a little further. Let's see. So once infantry is routed, the routed formation may not initiate fire. Melee's at 1/3 its printed movement. Has a movement factor. Oh, up to 10 during the recovery phase. Okay. The unit does not move during the movement phase. In other words, it continues to flee. Why does it say up to 10? No, units are usually moving. So it has a movement factor of 10. This is the difference between one rule set and the other. They must have changed one word. I don't know why they would have it up to 10. As opposed to you just move at 10.
That is strange.
Does not move during the movement phase. Its movement factor up to 10. So when we've played this, the infantry just have 10 movement points.
Okay. Well, we just move these guys one more. That's
because I mean, there are no infantry that have a movement factor of 10.
Wow, that would be amazing if we did. Yes, okay. And then, Dave, you want to roll for Napoleon?
Yeah, why not?
They're happy. They're elated to be there in the presence of the emperor.
Probably dropped off some cognac. Some of my personal stuff. You just guys go back. All right. That's that.
Okay, well, that's pretty exciting stuff. All right, so now we move to the enemies of the revolution phase. And let me take a look here and see where we're at with stuff. What do I want to do? All right, well,
Albert's not here.
Albert is not here, so I have to channel Albert.
You have to channel Albert.
Channel Albert, yeah, exactly. That's always a problem. Channeling Albert. All right, well, what can I do here? Well, I'm going to bypass any charges just to keep life simple for everybody. And give me a little extra time for movement, since I have to try to extricate my various and sundry units. So, what can I do here?
Now, it does say under the recovery that a combat unit fails to recover its morale and it's not 15 hexes away from all enemy units, must continue to make its full route move away from the enemy.
Right.
Okay. I guess that's 10, I guess.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah. Yeah, because they do specify that cavalry moves its movement value. I'm pretty sure that's what they say. But then for infantry, it's...
Well, in some of the table the table that the cavalry can either be 10 or the full. Depends on some of them.
Right. Yeah, well, I don't write the rules. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, well, what can we do? All right, let's start over here where all the cavalry is first. And those guys we can just kind of leave where they're at. They should be okay. All right, this chap here, I'm going to pull back 1, 2, 3, and we'll rotate him around a little bit. All right, and then this guy, I'm going to move that. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this guy's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that's the cavalry that was there in the center. All right, now, what else do we want to do? We've got reinforcements coming in. Someone really wants to reach me. I really don't want to chat with him right now. Okay, let's move over to the west side of Aspern. Let me see here if I can break this guy down. Whoops, wrong button. Looking for the 12th. Is that the 12th? Who is this? Nope, they're the 31st. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay. They just all materialized in the middle of the Danube. All right, so this chap is going to move from here to here, Robert. So you want to take a shot at him. You've got 9 to 12.
Nope.
Okay. All right, and this guy's going to go there. And let's see, this guy's going to go here. All right. And then I've got this chap here. with him? I'm going to try to move this. I'm going to try to move that cavalry that's there out.
Okay. So 6 points. It's a 1-to-1.
Is what 1-to-1? Oh yeah, it's a
So
1-to-1. No pluses.
No pluses anymore.
Yep.
Okay.
52. That is a hit. All right, let's make a morale check. That we pass. So, do you want to opportunity charge me?
Oh, with my... He's tired, so he would opportune charge and attack you at half?
He'd be halved.
But and yours is exhausted, so he'd be third?
Correct.
You still have 7 increments there?
He's got 10 increments. No, you're
No,
right.
I got less than that.
Okay,
I got 8.
I'm looking at the right. Yeah, 8. I'm looking at the wrong number there. 8 increments.
So
third
best I'll
is,
get is the 1-to-1, maybe.
No, but remember, I'm the attacker.
Oh, right, because you're moving.
Yes.
Attack.
So it's up to you. Let me know what you want to do.
Yeah, let's try it.
Okay.
I gotta make a morale check, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
fair enough.
All right. So I went there. So you are going to be... I got to mark it as an assault for me. So we know that I need to attack you. Okay. All right. Okay, this guy's going to go there. And this guy's going to go there. 1, 2. All right. And this guy's going to go 1. And he's going to go there. All right. And this chap's going to move there. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 3, 4. All right. 1, 2, 3. All right, and all right. Okay, and then I got all these other people I got to move down. So all right, and this guy's 1, 2, 3. Okay, I got this big fat unit here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I can move 6. Okay. And 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and this is going to cost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many hexes of stuff does he got to bring back? That's the question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my God. All right. So this one unit here, if he spends, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to change out of road. All right, and then he can move 1 forward. And this guy is 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half. And then he's got all this stuff
32
behind him.
increments. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. These
Massive.
small little units. Trivial.
The ground is shaking.
Pretty much. We're talking about those war elephants or something. This is definitely it.
We could use them.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right.
Bring in Hannibal.
Yeah. What's that there? Oh, 6. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and then I got these guys here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And these guys 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll put them right there. All right. I think that's it. I think these are just all the battalions that those things break down into whenever I get around to breaking them down. Anything else I need or want to do? Nope, that is it for the moment. So, it's time for defensive fire, and you've got a fair amount of it.
You told me. Okay. Well, we'll start down here, I guess.
Okay.
So I have 5 increments left. We can put 5 guys.
So 5. So it's 15 to 12. It's a 1-to-1 shot.
1-to-1 shot. Nope.
Nope.
These guys can fire. 3 increments left. So they could fire.
They could fire 9 to 9 or 9 to 12. Well, or you can combine them with these guys here.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So it'd be 9 plus.
What, probably 6. So it's going to be
So
15 to 9. So it's going to be 1.5 to 1.
All right, let's go with that one.
36. That is a miss.
This artillery will fire at 12 to
Yep,
6.
12 to 6. So you got a 2 to 1 shifted to 2.5 to 1 for canister.
Yep. Yeah.
13. Even with a +1 for my thing there, it fails. So.
Terrible. Then we have these guys here. They just have probably 6.
They might be better. They're leger. So it's 7 to 9.
7 to 9. They'll fire at these guys. Oh my gosh, 2 13s in a row.
Time for pre-melee morale checks, Robert.
I know. Then we have these guys here in line. So
Okay.
there's
So you've got 6 times 3. That's going to be 18 to 9.
So
2 to 1.
2 to 1.
56. There's a good hit. That's a solid hit. All right. And let's go ahead and add an increment. Oh, that's right. He was already hit once. Okay. Let me delete that. And let's
It would actually be, yeah. So.
Okay. Let me make a morale check for him. 66.
Oh,
they're very happy.
Happy Hungarians. All right. And these guys fire, what, 1/3? If they wanted to?
Yeah. So they'd be just 7 to 9.
7 to 9. Oh, they have fire multipliers. Oh, okay. All right, I see what you're saying. Okay, 7 to 9. Oh, that's probably a hit.
61. Yeah, that's a hit.
That's a hit. Yeah.
That's a palpable hit. Okay. They're just rocking and rolling away there on those poor guys. All right.
We should have hit on every single one.
I know.
But
with all not all of your units can be that brilliant, Robert.
No, they should be.
Only some of them. All right. Let's go ahead and let's fire back. We'll start up here. So I've got 8. So there's 4 here. So that's going to be 12 to 4. That's going to be a 3 to 1 shot on your square. 52 at 3 to 1 is a single hit. All right, and then the rest of these guys will fire here on that hex. So that's going to be 12 to 9, and that's a miss. All right, and then we will have half of these guys fire there. So that's going to be 12 to, what did we say the fire defense was for the church?
18 or something like that.
Let's see. Granary and church, 16. So 12 to 16. Oh, that's a big miss. All right, then, well, we're going to fire on these guys, but we can't actually do anything to them, so we don't have to worry about actually rolling the dice. Then these chaps are going to fire on your horses. So I've got 40 to 6. That's going to be 6 to 1. With a +2 for Field Marshal Hiller. Here we go. 24 at 6 to 1. That's just a single hit on your horses.
I have to make a morale check then.
Yep, and you have to make a morale check.
Here we go. Oh.
An 11. All right, so those guys now have to rout.
So they're going to have to go...
So they go over your guns again. Everyone seems to want to rout over those guns.
I don't know if I can route move through your... Oh, no, because they're there. Okay, yeah. 1, 2, 3. All right, these guys have to make a morale check. Oh, 22. Pretty close.
Well, let's see. Is there any modifier since you had? I know that cavalry with infantry has a -6, but I don't know if it's the same for.
Oh, if something's routing over you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, for stacking. Yeah, it's only if cavalry moves over infantry, or infantry moves over cavalry. There's a morale check is modified with a -6. Doesn't look like there's any modifier for going over the guns. So, okay.
So he only goes back 3, or does he
No,
go
he's
back
going to
10?
go back his full movement.
Oh, he is? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought so that's 14.
Yep.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Going across the little stream costs +2. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7.
Yeah,
7, 8, 9, 10.
So you would go like
That's as far as it can go.
Yeah.
Oops.
I think the guns were here. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Then we're going to fire these guys. Are going to fire there. So I've got 12 to 6. I've got a 2-to-1 shot there. 21 is a miss. All right. Then I've got these guys here are going to fire. Let's see. How much are those guys worth? They are worth 5. So I'll have these guys and these guys combined there. So it's a 1-to-1 shot. 64. Why couldn't I get that on my 6-to-1 shot? All right, so that's definitely a hit.
And it's even or odd?
You're just testing on odd, starting with the third hit.
Okay.
So that is a huge advantage for you guys. All right, and then these two guys are going to fire there. So that's going to be 10 to 12. And that's a complete and utter miss. All right. Well, we don't have any combat here, so we do have combat here. So this chap is assaulting you. I've got 10 increments to your, I presume, 2 increments.
Yeah. So it's worth 2 points.
So that's a 5-to-1. Now, what's it?
So what happens with guns that disorder, or
they will stay there and then they'll fight at disordered. So I've got a +9, you've got a -9 on your morale check. So roll your dice.
34?
So 34 -9, that's going to be a 24. That's going to be
21.
a 21. You pass. I will make my check. 53, I pass. So now we just do combat. So it's probably going to be, I've got 24 and you've got what, 2?
It's going to be 5-to-1.
Yeah, it's 5-to-1. And then I've got a leader there who's maybe worth something. Oh, he actually adds in 1. Okay, a positive 1 at that too. All right, so I've got a 5-to-1 with a +1. Well, 5-to-1 with a +1. Here's what's going to happen. It is a DD. So if we look at
So
our
I
handy-dandy
sort of
chart,
place.
defending unlimbered guns, a DD is a 21. Batteries, disorder in place. So you just put a disorder marker on it, and that's it. Okay, and then I need
You
to
have a
roll to
lead
see what happens to
casualty.
my leader. So here we go. A 5. And I think he's captured, if I remember the
5?
rules correctly.
I don't remember even where that is in the rules.
It's in the early part, under leaders or something like that. Where is it? Yes, a 5. Captured if the counters are moved from play. If casualty from fire, roll again. So he must have been just leading the guys so vigorously that he forgot to
Check behind him.
yeah, look behind him and realize that and a bunch of gunners captured him too. That's really humiliating. But you know, that is what being Austrian is all about.
But you don't have to. At least you don't have to make a morale check.
Yeah, because it's not killed or wounded. He's simply captured. So as far as
We're just
silly
gonna use
results could be, that is about as silly as it gets.
We're going to use him as a human shield in front of the guns.
Well, when we had played the what was it, the Jena game, we had Marshal Ney got captured.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, and so for
deal.
fun we had, because the Queen of Prussia is on the map at Jena in the alternate history one that we were playing. And so we stacked Ney with the Queen of Prussia. You know, he was riding around in her carriage, you know, for the remainder of the battle.
You should have thrown her into the battle. Come on.
Yeah, she actually has a pretty decent morale modifier. And in the first edition of the Auerstadt game, she's got like a morale that rivals Napoleon's. It was something like a plus 12 or something ridiculous. They nerfed it a little bit when they redid the battles, the Prussian battle one. So pretty funny still. All right, well that was all the extent of my excitement. So what we need to do now is we need to do our reorganization stuff. So let me roll. So first, let's take the markers off of cavalry that's marked with Austrian exhaustion, whether it's French or whomever. Yep, there we go. And okay, so I think we've got everything tidied up over there. And then let me roll for these. I've got a couple of disordered cavalry. So for this one that's back here, let's roll for him. 21. Now he's going to keep running. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. Oh, yeah, he'll come here to this little forest. Okay, and this chap over here. Oh, he's happy. All right, so now I got to mark him as exhausted. I shouldn't have thrown those counters away. Okay, so there's that one. And then I've got some other people. Got another chap who's routed somewhere. Where else? Oh, up here by Brighton Lee. Let's roll for him. 42. Let's see what he's at. 26. So yeah, he's going to recover. Okay. And mark him as exhausted also. Okay. Okay, cool. I think that takes care of it. I don't think I had anybody else who was out of order for the moment, which is saying something for the Austrians. All right. Okay. So let's go ahead, advance the clock. It's now it'll be the 3 o'clock turn. And that's what we got. Any questions?
No.
Okay. I think we got through it all fairly smoothly. Took 2 hours. So.
Well, we started a half an hour late because.
Oh yeah, so it took us an hour and a half. Yeah. So that is one of the advantages of the Premier rule set. It tends to go a little faster. And what tends to suck up the most time is all of the charges and whatnot. So that's pretty much how that all functions. So, okay, cool. At this particular stage of the game, I will end the live stream, and then we